Feed me. Feed me more. Feed me more.
Welcome to another Feed Me More Nutrition Sunday live. I am the big guy, Ryback. Happy Mother's Day, first and foremost, to all the great mothers out there. And I hope everyone's having a great Sunday, a great weekend. I am fasting, doing possibly a fast into tomorrow. I got to wait and see how I'm feeling. We got working on a really cool new formula in the testing phase, the trial phase, if you will, for a glucose support, insulin optimization deal, and where it's gonna be badass. Essentially, it's and it's using natural ingredients as well. And there's a few really cool things that do a really good job in supplements that I've used that some of these other companies that have the formulas, they're actually pretty good. It's one of the supplements that actually can help you process carbohydrates better, lowering your insulin resistance. But a lot of the companies don't use one really key ingredient, and they take the cheap route on it, and it's a massive difference. It makes a massive difference. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting that up for pre-sale soon, and I'll tell you guys more about that. And I got a badass name for it that I will be trademarking, and it's gonna. I think a lot of people, it's gonna stack really well with our Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner. But anyways, guys. Today, we're doing 30% off Feed Me More Nutrition on feedmemore.com. Big Mother's Day sale till midnight Pacific. It's in the description. It'll be in the comments. All you got to do is go to feedmemore.com, load your cart up with whatever you want, spend as much as you want, as little as you want. Use discount code Mother's Day 30, discount code Mother's Day 30, and you get 30% off your entire order. And we're having a fantastic day today. Possibly on track to have our best day of sales ever again. With the way things are going. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about because of Twitter. And we'll dive more into that tomorrow. And even though I've already told the people that follow me and know, and it just seems to get better and better and better. And today's poll is on track to smash the last one that smashed the first one. So if you know, you know, and we're not gonna go too much into it today on that, but on tomorrow's Feed Me More Nutrition Live, we'll discuss that, and I'll discuss some of the marketing tactics that I use, and that works very well every time. And that when you have a business and entrepreneurs and taking negative energy, and using that to fuel positive results, and it's a beautiful thing. But we got that going on. So if you're on Twitter, go vote retire if you want. Yeah, it's, I love you guys. So let's do some questions, some health and fitness nutrition. We'll see what comes up. We Feed Me More Nutrition ships worldwide, $34.99 flat rate shipping. We eat the cost on the rest of that, which is very expensive to ship to countries like Australia and China and Japan, and in different parts of the UK. So I tell people, don't just buy one thing, save up, put in a bigger order. We eat the cost on the shipping. It usually goes up to $100, sometimes more for those orders. I pay that for you guys out of my profits. And that's one of the cool. I do that because I want people to have the products worldwide. It opens us up to a worldwide market, which is better sales, one, for me, right? And it'll get to our products and great products into more people's hands. So it's a win-win for everybody. And on that note, to Canada, it's $19.99 flat rate to Canada as well. And I always say, which is very good pricing for Canada. And United States is $9.99. All orders over $125 domestically in the United States, free shipping. So if you can afford to get an order over $125, you're not paying any shipping at all. Not right now. I'm not doing anything mentorship wise with the business. I'm so locked down with everything I'm doing right now. And in all seriousness too, I'm in my proving phase, right? My story, I've told my story of what I've had to overcome. And I put out a tweet the other day, and this is the truth. Nobody gives a shit about anybody else's problems. And I say overall, there are people that do care. And I have my people that are very loyal and genuine and a very loving, caring fan base, right? With that. But overall, nobody gives a shit about our problems until we actually overcome them and make it. And then we're celebrated. And even then, we're going to have people that hate us and that, this and that, right? So, but I had the stories told. I've created this business. I've done things my way. I've won everything. I'm going to win the Ryback trademark, which I will reveal why I've done certain things the last 5 years, which will, it ultimately is why I'm going to win this trademark. And I can't get into that too much yet, but I promise you I will once the trademark is awarded to me. And I think people will then kind of understand a lot more of what's gone on with that. But the win for me with all of this is going back, right, and returning, which I've always said was always the goal on that in some way, shape, or form, in some capacity with that, with overcoming these injuries and with the business, and then working some deals out like I've talked about. I've been very open working with Gary Vaynerchuk and doing that. And then there's the win. People could see it, right? Because even though I'm winning right now, people can't see it. I see it. I've laid all this groundwork and done all this stuff. So it's with that, and then getting ready to get back to the wrestling side of things, taking on new businesses or people, it would take up a lot of time. It would be something I would be more interested in doing down the road, especially too in proof of concept on a much bigger scale. Supplements got to go to distribution at some point with that, which I'm going to have to raise my prices. And that's just, it's inevitable. They've already told me that I could have had distribution years ago if I raised my prices. I've already talked with the Europa. They love the products. They told me, get that TV back on, that I needed to raise my prices pretty substantially. And I don't want to, I don't want to do it, but there's going to probably come a point, and it hopefully won't be too significant when I do it at the point that I do. But a lot of cool things are going on that. It's just tough with mentorship and stuff with that. A lot of it too is just reading, man, and sales and marketing, and then applying, and then not being afraid to fail, and trying different things and different marketing tactics. I'm very honest. If you ever look at my social media pages, I take my true, genuine personality of my sense of humor. I love laughing. And I love making people feel good. I love laughing because it makes me feel good. So I share that side of my personality with my social media, with the memes. If you've noticed, I do a lot of memes because I love to laugh. But what I do is I mix my promotional work up with my memes. So it's laugh, laugh, laugh. And then you're seeing supplements. Even if you don't buy them, at least they're seeing them. They have the brand in their head. Maybe they see some remarketing down the road, but Feed Me More Nutrition is in everyone's head. People now associate that with me, right? Where that takes time to get that. Ryback, Feed Me More Nutrition. I guarantee you the majority of people that know me know my brand is Feed Me More Nutrition. It takes time, though, and then in comfort, and then they see it somewhere. So then eventually someone goes, you know what? I want to try this fat burner. He's always talking about it. I've heard some good things about it. And then, after seeing it 1,000 times, they finally buy it. They love the product, right? Maybe they don't, but more often than not, they love the product. And then I get a lifelong customer out of that. So you see, there's reasons and a method to all of that, but it's learning that and trying that and getting mixed results at times over things, and then finding a formula that works and then really running with it. That's why, like on the Twitter stuff, I found that formula worked on the first one. It was an attempt. I didn't know how well it was going to work. It worked very well. I wonder if I can milk this for a second one. I milked it for a second. I wonder if we can milk it for a third, and the third one's going to be the biggest one yet on that. And it's taking negative energy to fuel positive results. And that's all that it is. And so it's a beautiful thing. And Like, and everybody wins on that. Hello, hello, hello. No, buddy, we're gonna have to see you later. Thank you very much for buying the Big Guy Testosterone Booster. That stacks very well with the 10 count creatine also on that. But I think you're going to be very, very happy with that purchase. Tim T, what's going on, my man? Thank you to everybody on Instagram for the badges as well on that, and everyone on Ryback TV super chats. Always very cool. Thank you. I try to get to all of those. We're at Ryback Rules on Twitch as well, and then on Periscope at Ryback, and then TikTok, the Big Guy Ryback 22. We're approaching 1 million followers on TikTok as well. We just hit 900,000. Thank you very much to everybody. They're distributing my content very well over there. And we just had a post go to 1 million from a couple days ago over there. And we got another one that looks like it's going to take off as well. So thank you very much. Don't worry, buddy. I'm not retiring. I wouldn't put it on the poll if I didn't want them to vote for it. But we let them think I'm dumb as fuck. Hello, hello, hello. Trying to see if I can see the comment. I don't see the comment. Just finished 2 hours golfing at a driving range. Longest was 200 yards. Very cool. Weather's pretty good in Vegas right now, too. I don't see the comment. Tomic, thank you for joining TikTok Live and Ryback TV Live on YouTube. Double dipping. Thank you, buddy. I'm doing very well, thank you. We have any health and fitness questions? Waiting to see that $1 million super chat. Yeah. I bet somebody won't do that. Do we have anybody from Dubai in the chat? Any sons of oil kings in the chat? Yeah, eventually we'll do more clothes, guys. I may get all the clothes done for myself. Clothes are a really tough thing to sell because what happens is a lot of people, there's a lot of returns on that. That's why, like, I just do the T-shirts through those companies because I had T-shirts. I had everything made initially. It was a pain in the ass, and I got the fulfillment center now, obviously in the customer service, but it is a lot of people don't order the right sizes. So it's not something I'm like overly enthusiastic about, if that makes sense. What tips do you give to guys who are starting to work out? Just go one day at a time. Increase your activity level in little baby steps, and continue to push yourself. Again, it's educating yourself on. And Pinterest is a great site. We have Ryback's Feed Me More Nutrition on Pinterest. I highly recommend everyone go follow that just for free content over there, and a lot of good workout advice and different things. And we share a lot of things that we see that we think people can learn from. And then you incorporate that stuff into your workouts. And again, working out comes down to what your goals are too, guys, right? Training to be a professional wrestler requires a lot of different things than like training for a strong man, or if you're training in MMA, there's different things that you got to incorporate into the strategy with that. A baseball player trains much differently than an NFL football player, right? So you gotta know what you're doing as far as what you're training for. You got to ask yourself that question, and then it's finding workouts and adjusting as you go along to making those workouts work for you. I don't know anything about the Kai guy. I don't follow. I stay away from all the steroid guys. I don't think it's smart to take advice from people taking massive amounts of steroids because I don't think they know how to get the results without them. And that's my opinion on that. And it's usually proven to be the case with that. And so, and not to say that some of those guys can't be intelligent on that, because I'm sure they can be, but I think it's just it's a dangerous slope. Our supplements are gluten free, yes. Welcome everybody. I'm fasting myself. I actually have I did a garden grill Ryback TV for my meal yesterday, and then I also ordered to go into this longer fast. I didn't have my last meal the night, and I did some fries as well, which was nice. And then began the fast, which the first 8 hours were dry, and then the rest of the day it's water and black coffee. And I did my wake up unlimited energy in the morning. That's fasting safe. The Complexity is fasting safe. We use stevia and monk fruit. Those do not break a fast. A lot of pre-workouts and energy supplements out there that use aspartame or sucralose, the artificial sweeteners, those are proven to break a fast. They cause an insulin response inside your body, and it takes you out of the fasting state. So it is always, anyone you'll ever see that does the fasting videos, they always advise to stay away from artificial sweeteners. We're one of the few brands that have fasting safe, keto safe supplements like that. No, I love the MMA training, and I look forward to kind of incorporating a little bit of that back. I'm going back to pro wrestling. That's where my money is, and my money's in my business. That would absolutely. I'm not insecure, also, and I don't have like anything I feel like I need to prove. I'm always naturally hungry on my own. I think that's a very crazy game to get into for no reason if you don't have to. A lot of those people have nothing. That's what they get into it, and I enjoy the training. And why would I need to do that when I love pro wrestling and I enjoy the entertainment aspect of it? And I've already worked my entire life doing it. They would be throwing that away for something that I don't need to do. You know, if I would have left wrestling and didn't have the supplement company and didn't have my injuries, one, I wouldn't have walked away. The injuries were the only reason with that, the main reason for all of that, in which I didn't realize how serious that was until shortly after I left. But say I had just whatever reason left or got fired, something happened, right? And then maybe then would be more motivated at that point at 34. We're like, okay, we're going to show everybody. That's not the case. So it's I'm very happy and very content. And I love business. I love entrepreneurship. I love entertainment. I love being able to wake up and do whatever I want to do. Right. And I feel like I feel I have a very, very good fundamental understanding of what it takes to be a successful pro wrestler. So I'm just getting the body right. We're almost there, and it'll be game time soon enough. We have a super chat here, not for $1 million, but for 5. Adam Neiman says, "Hey man, I just wanted to say that I'm a big fan of yours from WWE. I really would like to know if your nutrition works to lose weight. I am trying." Absolutely, Adam. But it comes down to two. I always tell people, don't take the supplements if you don't have a solid game plan with your nutrition in place and some sort of physical activity. I think adding in the plant-based, the caramel cookie, plant-powered protein, the ISO Hungry, and maybe the Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner could be very beneficial to you. Thank you very much, Ira. I'm doing very well. Thank you. Thank you for everybody. We got a nice little following on TikTok going today. Good to see all of you guys. Everybody, please, yes, you guys are allowed to go to that Twitter poll and go vote. Your vote counts, ladies and gentlemen. Your vote counts. Everybody on Instagram and TikTok, please share the poll with your friends. You know, please let's get it out into more. We're on pace to smash the previous poll. So your vote counts. This is the official poll, guys. Yeah, if you have a high metabolism, embrace that. Just be healthy, be as strong as you could be fit, and realize there's a lot of people out there that would kill to have that fast metabolism. Do I think Mike Tyson would be a good wrestler? I don't, I think if Mike devoted himself at this stage, I think it obviously age. I think Mike is more than capable of putting on a pro wrestling match. I think especially if he were to wrestle somebody like Jericho, I would say they would be able to do something pretty damn cool. Mike is a very smart guy. Question from Instagram says, "What made you start a supplement company?" So I started making my own supplements in my 20s. I was very unhappy. I don't like the supplement industry as a whole. I think this is the world. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of people selling bad for profit only, and I believe in capitalism for good, where everybody wins. I did not like all these companies were using all these artificial sweeteners and colors that are shown and proven not to be good for human beings, and I don't believe they belong in any products, let alone products marketed for health and fitness. And what I found is in dating some fitness girls and seeing that industry, it's the unhealthiest industry in the world, where the people involved are obsessed with the skin and the appearance and not internally with the health. And to me, I go, that doesn't make sense, because I always was fascinated with herbs and from my mother, and learned about herbs at a young age, and through trial and error and doing mixing different things. It's like supplements like work really well for me. I've always invested in myself, and I was like, why can't you just give people good ingredients and like not put that crap in it? But what a lot of companies do, it's all marketing ploys where they don't put enough of the ingredients in to actually really do what the supplement should do. And that's why we have a higher capsule count with Feed Me More Nutrition, is because I use more ingredients, and our costs are 3 to 5 times higher than the majority of the companies on that. But the products actually work with that. So that was my motivation. And I started making my own supplements. I made them all the way. I had all my pill cases my whole time in WWE. And I had my sleep formula, my big guy testosterone boosting formula, the Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner, the Kick Out Immune Support. I had all these cases with my different formulas, and I have everything written down, and I always kept track on what worked, what didn't work. And then in WWE, I traveled alone because I didn't like riding, and after riding with people early on, which wasn't not enjoyable. I like to train for over 3 hours. Most of the guys like to train for like an hour. That wasn't going to work on that end. And also, I think a lot of guys sometimes tend to the car rides can be a negative experience sometimes. Not always. I think they're very enjoyable also. But I wanted to use that time not to talk about what was going on in a wrestling world, but to educate myself on business, stock market, things of that nature, and get a free education on those car rides. So that was one of the motivating factors for me riding alone, on top of being able to go train when I wanted, eat how I wanted, at the places I wanted, and not taking a vote in a car, and just spending a little bit more investing in myself. And it paid off immensely on doing that. But it was in reading business books where I go, okay, I'm passionate about this. I could turn this into a brand. And Feed Me More was my mindset before I got into WWE. It was created by me before there. And so it's not just a catchphrase, it's the hungry mindset that I adopted when I was down and out and had nothing, living in Louisville, Kentucky, which is why I think some people don't understand. It's not a catchphrase. It was my mindset that became a catchphrase, right? And it's still it's my whole branding now with all of that. So that was the motivation for it. And obviously, I wanted to do that while wrestling there still. That wasn't going to happen though. And with my injuries and needing to leave and an internal voice telling me to get the hell out, it was all a blessing in disguise and saved my career. And it allowed me to realize rather than getting the 5 disc fusion and shoulder replacement, 19 stem cell procedures later, I'm pretty much all better. So it's been a crazy ride, but that was the motivation for it. Thank you guys for all joining me. What's the worst habit you've seen a fitness person do? Hard, massive drinking, hard liquor, and usually party drugs. And on top of that, massive amounts of steroids and drugs. Women can be the worst with it, especially in Vegas, LA, Miami, those regions, Florida in general. And this isn't everybody. I know fitness girls that are completely healthy and natural with it, but that industry attracts a very poor quality of the choices you make type of person with that, where it's a superficial world. They go, oh, if I just look good and people give me attention, all my problems will go away. It's not the case. And what it does is it creates a lot more problems with that. But a lot of them get the attention that they want with that in a very bad way. But there's a lot of deeper rooted problems going on. And that's not everybody, but it's very common in it. And if you know, you know. I don't listen to that, buddy, but we're going to block you for asking so many times. They dry fasting. So the research shows, and from what I've seen, that a 24-hour dry fast is the equivalent of a 48 to 72-hour water fast. So it definitely speeds up the process. I'd like to do a combination. Dry fasting is much harder for me. Brother AJ, man, I had that. I know exactly what you're talking about. So never again will I consume artificial sweeteners used in other pre-workout while waiting for years. Started seeing black spots after deadlifting. I used to do the exact same thing. When I used to get up, I would go like lightheaded and it would go black for a second on me. And there's something in that stuff. It's not good for us. It's not good for us. And so many people don't realize the problems they have are directly linked to what they're consuming, putting in their bodies. You see the girls and everyone drinking the Bang Energies. It's shit. Great marketing, but it's not good for us. So why would you consume it when you can consume so many other things to get the energy you need? But people get caught up in that online marketing hype. I see it time and time again. It's not worth it. Once again, everybody, we're doing a Mother's Day sale all day, 30% off. Feed Me More Nutrition on feedmemore.com until midnight Pacific. Use discount code Mother's Day 30 on feedmemore.com. Hey, boss. Yeah, I don't know. I remember you. So their comments, and they struck me as someone. You said you've been like saying you're going to come back since 2000, the end of 2019. Well, yes, and then you got to remember with that, my stem cell procedures were supposed to be early on, the beginning of 2020. All got canceled because of COVID with BioAccelerator. Couldn't leave the country with that. So I lost over a year on that until they got me in of February this year. I needed those last procedures with that, which is why now everything has been turned up. And now we're on track at some point, hopefully for this year, with my shoulder is the last of the issues, which I'd say we're at 85, 90%. I got to get a little more scar tissue in a couple areas that has to be forced and manipulated. And it takes like the work on this is I go really hard on this. And then we got to give it days off to let the inflammation go down. There's only so much work we could do each day also on attacking that before it becomes really, really inflamed. So I feel fantastic though. Life is amazing. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. But there's no, and I was telling you, there's no game plan on how do you overcome needing a 5-disc fusion and shoulder replacement. Nobody has done this, what I've done, and this isn't like tooting my horn bragging. There's just no documentation. There's no research on this as far as proven formulas of like regrowing 5-disc with stem cells. But we did it. And it's going to be an amazing story to be told. You know, a shoulder that was completely destroyed from over being just shot up with cortisone over and over and over again, which I've taken the blame for, even though I was told it was going to be all right. I accepted that. I allowed it. I also had to accept that I have to fix it and try not get replacement, because I've seen guys that did. I remember seeing Buff Bagwell at an indie show right after I got my first stem cells, and he got his shoulder replaced. And I knew right away I made the right decision, because, and that's not saying he didn't, but you can't work out and do things. You can't do the things that you used to be able to do once you get that replacement. I've recovered this almost the whole way, and it's been a tremendous amount of work. So I get frustrated when somebody says like, well, it doesn't seem like you even want to come. Do you really even want to come back? It's like, man, you got to put yourself like, and I know you can't put yourself in my shoes. You can't, and CT Fletcher told me, he goes, nobody will understand the pain we go through except for the people that experience the pain in a similar situation. So, and that it's why I realize, you know, nobody's going to give a fuck about my problems. I know that, but I want people to know, because it's the proof of concept. And that story then becomes a success once I become a success once again. And then it's, holy shit, he told us he was going to do this. He did it. And then you see where I'm getting at with everything with my brand and my mindset? It's proving the mindset. So that's why I'm vocal about what's happened, so people know, and we have it documented over and over and over again. Nobody can deny that. And then it's just got to prove the concept. Definitely, I'm a big fan of training abs twice a week. You can get by doing them once a week really, really hard. I just think, and you got to get the body fat down to see the abs with that, and that's usually it's difficult. And if it wasn't difficult, everybody would have abs, right? But it comes down to eating a consistent, clean diet more often than not, physical activity, and a solid ab training program to build the muscles. But oftentimes you'll see people that don't even work out that have fantastic abs. They might be 130, 140, 150, 160 pounds, right? But it all comes down to body fat levels, and you can see you can have abs. Anybody can have abs with that, but it takes a lot of work, and obviously people with fast metabolisms have a huge advantage on that. What they don't have a huge advantage on, though, is building usually an extraordinary amount of strength and size. That's something they'll never be able to usually do. So there's good and bads with all the different, whatever, wherever, you know, you fall into an ectomorph, mesomorph, or endomorph. No protein bars right now. I stay away from all those. If you're gonna, I'm gonna recommend our ISO Hungry plant powered protein, the caramel cookie, that is selling very well, and we have had very, very positive feedback. It is a complete plant protein. It mixes like a whey protein shake and tastes much more like a whey protein shake than any other plant proteins I've personally had. Thank you guys for joining me. Instagram, TikTok as well. No, I'm on TRT. I've been on TRT since I was 28 on that. So they, again, in healthy, normal levels on that. Do not abuse steroids or anything of that nature. And I'm very, very much against the use of steroids. There's so much misinformation and things, and I've told the story over and over and over and over again. So. Do people recognize you when you go out? Yes. Oftentimes, and whether I go get gas, go to a Starbucks, at the gym, especially when I go to a different gym, usually groups of people will come over as I'm working out if I go to a new gym. If I go to the regular one that I go to the majority of the time, people already know me in there. That's already happened enough. And every once in a while, still someone new will come in, and or a high school kid or a college kid or somebody in their 20s. But it just depends. I think it hasn't. I don't go out into like areas with a lot of people though too often. Right now as well, guys, all orders on feedmemore.com. You get the option for a free face mask, bumper sticker, and wristband on those, guys. You just select that on the pop-up. We have the Feed Me More Nutrition Hungry workout gloves. These are the workout gloves. I will be wearing these wrestling once again. They're super comfortable on these. We got those listed on the website, and these are really cool. I'm a big fan of these, the lifting straps for when you're deadlifting or doing traps. Very, very effective. And they got the padding in there as well. These are very, very good quality lifting straps here, and you get a pair of these. These are also on the website as well right now on feedmemore.com. Please don't spam, buddy. I don't like having to block people, guys, but I want to keep these chats productive. If you have a bad ankle, I would recommend you can go to Walgreens to get an ankle support. And also putting your foot in a tub of ice will be very beneficial for you can do anywhere from 10, 15, 20 minutes to what you can handle. Doing that several times a day, maybe just starting with 10 minutes on an ankle little foot bath and put ice in a big pan or a bucket if you can, and put your ankle in there and let it recover and rest. That will really, really help you out. I've seen Dame drops. Yeah, I actually just got a message from another guy that has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube to do a collaboration. He's friends with Phoenix Marie. She actually had reached. I haven't got back to him. I kind of just I run. I don't think a lot of people understand the Ryback TV is just a way. I run the supplement thing. This is my life and my business, right? And then that's just a way to kind of do a little thing. And I'm really motivated for the vegan food to help raise people's awareness on that out there now. But it's a sales funnel for Feed Me More Nutrition at the end of the day, right? Which is the whole reason why it was even started in the first place. And on top of it, a lot of positives, allowing people to know my real personality, have a better relationship with my fans. There's a lot of like really cool positives that come along with all that. And I'll have to look and see because a lot of this stuff takes considerable amount of time. And if that was my main source of income, that's a different story. Then it's like everything we could do. But if it can work out, it can work out. But usually with those things, it's typically pretty time consuming, which takes me away from running the business. Protein will absolutely aid in gaining weight. Protein builds muscle, and getting an adequate amount of protein will help you reach your goals. And you got to be consistent with it. Favorite lifting belts. I got a big powerlifting belt out there. I use a combination. Like I'll use my Feed Me More Nutrition belt here and there when I'm doing if I'm doing like traps at home and I'm doing like more weight and I throw that on, and those belts are great for that. They give very, very good support. But I also then I have a heavy powerlifting weight belt when I'm doing like the deadlifts and the squats. But they have these things called lever belts. You can get those online. And those things are a lot easier because the other belts, you got to like kind of pull on them to get them really tight. Those lever belts are much, much more efficient, and they're easier to use than putting them on and taking them off after a big lift. And they're very comfortable as well. So I would say the lever belts, a heavy duty powerlifting lever belt would be the best bet outside of just regular lifting and regular weight belts. If you're dealing with constipation, you're not eating sufficient fiber, more than likely, and increasing. Look for foods that I want to say. I believe organic flax seeds, chia seeds. There's some different foods that have very good protein content. Fiber content. Beans, in where you're throughout the day when you put those in your meals and kind of balance it all out, you all of a sudden you're getting a great amount of fiber. Fiber is the key. The standard American Western diet is very, very deficient in fiber, and it's causing a lot of problems in people. And it's you want to get it from real food more often than not. I used to take a fiber supplement, and I think it's better than nothing if you could get one with stevia. But I think your best bet is to consume fiber from food. Take care, buddy. Thank you. Creatine can be great for beginners. Absolutely. I started taking it in high school, but I do say I think it's absolutely fantastic for all vegans to supplement with creatine, and our 10 count creatine is great. But I think for people that are getting into weight training, it's fine to incorporate that early on. The shell shock, I typically do 4 capsules twice a day. I will ramp that up. The maximum dosage on that formula, by the way, is where you can take 4 capsules 4 times a day. That stuff, and it works amazingly well at that dosage with that. But it works really, really well at 4 capsules twice a day, also. So, but what I will do is I get ready, and specifically, I will time this with wrestling. I take breaks from it, and then what I'll do is I'll do the 4, and then I'll do 6 twice a day, and then as I'm getting ready, I'll do 8 twice a day, because I don't want to do I don't have a problem with capsules at all. And you could take 2, take 2, take 4, take 4. I could take all 8, no problem with that, and then time that where I'm in my best shape ever, and run that for probably a few months at a max dosage, and then come off again, and then go back on with the 4, and I go through cycles with it essentially. Usually the summer months though is where that times out, because I want to be my leanest during the summer. Look good by the pool. Dry fasting is a way, and fasting in general is a way to just allow the body to heal and reset the energy that we use consuming and digesting food and different things. It allows you just to clear your body out. And there's what dry fasting is. It's not something you got to make sure you're able to tolerate it and handle it, and build your tolerance slowly up over time with that. But it allows, there's a lot of stem cell properties in that, where it's been shown, and the research shows that your body starts producing stem cells, which go into healing. And I got into all this for my injuries, for healing, which was why I've done the 72-hour fast, the 48-hour fasting, and whatnot. And I do a weekly 24-hour fast, and it helps with inflammation. It just flushes your body out, and allows you to reset. But the key is getting adequate calories in throughout the week before going into it. And it helps burn body fat. That's one of the cool benefits. You start tapping into your body fat stores and using that as energy, and it's a magnificent way to burn body fat. Key's doing it right though, not overdoing it, doing it and getting your adequate calories in, not being food scared with that, and then incorporating it. I like to do it 1 day a week, and I found that to be very, very beneficial for me. If you want to lose belly fat, you got to get basal metabolic rate calculator, guys. You got to know how many calories you need per day. You got to start cutting that down about 250, 300 calories at a time with that, and look at that on the information online. and start increasing your physical activity. And what you're going to start noticing is you're going to start burning body fat. And you learn as you go along, and you start doing it, and it's a commitment to health and fitness forever. And you get better. The more we do stuff, the better we get at it. You know, when you first start dieting and learning to exercise, you're going to make mistakes. We all do. I used to all the time. And I probably still do on different things, but I learn from it. I don't give up, and I keep going. And that's the name of the game. And when you're able to do that, you're going to start being able to take that and apply it to different things in life. You're going to start getting some confidence, and you're going to have the confidence, despite what anyone says, to get the results that you want, because you've done it and you have that concept and you've proven it to yourself time and time again. So basal metabolic rate calculator is your start. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Once again, guys, we're going to have to wrap up. I got to get some stuff done here. I got to take the dogs out in a bit and got to get a few more things done. We have our Feed Me More Nutrition Mother's Day promotion going on until midnight Pacific. It's in the description here, and it'll be in the comments as well. Save 30% all day until midnight Pacific with discount code Mother's Day 30 on feedmemore.com. So you can buy as little or as much as you want, 30% off with that discount code all day, guys. And I thank all of you for joining me once again. Go vote on that Twitter poll too. Let's get that poll. It looks like it's going to be the all-time best one yet. So let's get that even more engagement, please. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow with all of you guys. But thank you very much. Stay hungry, my friends, and happy Mother's Day once again to everyone out there, all the great mothers. Feed me more.